Hey, welcome to Coco's Corner. I'm the huge one, Dave Coco from Kocosports.com, Kocosports.com, where it's okay to be a passionate fan, where the world comes to kick ass, and your home for combat sports. This is our Impact Wrestling review. It's the one we've been waiting for, at least, I guess, in all pro wrestling fans, but especially TNA fans. They've been waiting for this because it's the New York City show. Six Sides Ring is back. So it's a very interesting show. It was hyped up by a lot of people online that got to see it live. Does it live up to the hype? All right, so every show we ask you, did you think this was a win, loss, or tie? So please, down in the comments, tell me why, and if this was a win, loss, or tie for Impact Wrestling. I thought it was a win. I think TNA has been improving a lot. They've been on a roll. Last week I gave it either a tie or a loss. I thought last week's was a bit of a letdown. But this week I'm really excited. I've tweeted out a bunch of stuff, but the one thing I tweeted out that you can follow me at Coco Sports, KOCO Sports. Woohoo! Plug whore. The one thing I did mention is if I ran TNA, I would run every show from New York City from now on. The fans were passionate, they made it interesting, and the crowd being into the product helps it out so much. I used to live in Florida, and some of my best memories was going to the Impact Zone, and yeah, we just didn't care. Like, it was a different environment, and it's not even Orlando's fault. There's just so much to do. Not that there's not a lot to do in New York City, but there's so much to do, and there's not many people. It's mostly tourists, and you have to wait in the sun for a long time. So by the time you get in there, you're already tired and tuckered out and ready to go to bed. So New York City's crowd was amazing, and hopefully, if I was TNA, if I had 100% control of TNA, I would run every Impact. I'd run every single Impact inside New York City. I'd just run every Impact there. I would try to go live, but it's very expensive. I think Spike TV would have to be way on board with that. But even if it's not live, I mean, you just have to try to avoid spoilers to enjoy the show. And then for pay-per-views, I would go outside the country. So every pay-per-view would be in Japan, UK, Canada, possibly Mexico, but without having Jeff Jarrett and connections, I don't know how that would work. But I don't know. So yeah, maybe Mexico, but like I would have it where all the pay-per-views were outside the country. All the TV tapings were in New York City. And then if you want to keep the house show business up, it's up to you. But your house show business is a bit on the embarrassing side. Yeah, actually, a lot of your shows outside of New York, you know, I've been a bit embarrassed in. But I really enjoyed the show. I do worry about this. I watched the show with a bunch of WWE fans, and I always want to get this opinion, because we get people that come on the show, and no matter how bad Impact is, they say win. We ask win, loss, tie. It could be the worst Impact ever. They say win. They overhype everything. I think TNA overhypes everything. And I think if you're a wrestling fan or a WWE fan, and you're like, this is the greatest fucking product in the world, and you're like, it's kind of the same. I'm just going to stick with what I love. Do you think, I know it's going to sound crazy, but hear me out. Winning over new fans, like, hey, come check out TNA, it's improved. Do you think being completely loyal and overhyping hurts that factor? Now, obviously, they want loyal fans. They want people to go absolutely crazy for TNA. But you also want to get your ratings to be higher. You want to convert people that are upset with number one to watch number two. You want people to have an alternative. So I always wondered, you know, and if you're going to be those guys and you come on every video and you say win, you call people WWE fanboys, do you think in the long run you're actually hurting it? Because I was online with a bunch of, on Twitter, Facebook, and Google, and I was having conversations, and there was people that just love pro wrestling and watch more than WWE and TNA. They really enjoyed this. There were TNA defenders, TNA superfans, and they were like, greatest fucking Impact ever! Suck a dick, WWE! But then, the small audience that's like, you know what, I like pro wrestling, but I'm just going to watch WWE. I tried to pay attention to that demographic, because That's the demographic Impact should be paying attention to. And they were not impressed at all. They were just like, oh, everyone overhyped this. This is what it is. And it's got to the point now where especially Dixie Carter, you know, this is going to be the greatest, biggest thing, has it overhyped. Does being a TNA fan just be like, there's a guy on a TNA fan, I won't mention him by name because I'm about to blast him, on Twitter, and he tweeted out, I find it funny that WWE only talks about TNA, kind of hypocritical. And I was just like, you fucking don't get it. You don't get it. I don't know what to say, you know? So I wonder if the super TNA bots are actually hurting the product in the long run. It's just a thought I had. But overall, I was very impressed, and like I said, this show should be what it is. I'm happy that 6 sides got back, and a lot of haters are like, oh, what the fuck does it matter? 6 sides, 4 sides, go fuck yourself. 6 sides, A, was a little different. B, if you've been watching TNA from day one, when they got rid of 6-sided ring, they just didn't get rid of a ring. They got rid of an identity. When you watched TNA wrestling prior to Hogan and this 4-sided ring, you could tell a difference. You could tell a difference by the booking. You could tell the difference. As soon as they got rid of that 6-sided ring, they became a B-rated WWE. Instead of being a number 1 TNA, they became a second-rate WWE. And the 6-sided ring coming back, everyone online saying this, Impact hitting the reset button, it gives fans that watched since day one a reason to believe that it might be good again. So I think those people are like, oh, it's only a fucking ring, didn't watch it, because the day the 6-sided ring left, in my humble opinion, is the day TNA died. And hopefully it can bring life into it. I honestly think, I was having this debate with Jerry, the editor of Kocosports. We older fans had the privilege and the honor of watching ECW, WCW, and WWF/E in its glory days. And know what made WCW and WWE great and ECW? One, they were all, very entertaining at the time. They were all competitive, all pushing the envelope. But with that said, when you turned on Nitro and turned on Raw, you saw 2 different shows. When you turned on ECW, it was a different show. During the Hulk Hogan era, if you weren't a super diehard, it's almost like the Republicans and Democrats nowadays. Oh yeah, there's a difference. If you were just a casual fan and you turned on Impact and you turned on WWE, be honest, you couldn't tell a difference. So to me, the 6-sided ring is important, but also presentation, what's important, how it goes. I think, and I said this earlier, and I'm going to say it one more time, and then I'm going to start breaking it down. If you have live comments, please leave them. I think TNA has to be a number 1 TNA. I don't think they should bother even paying attention to what WWE does. I don't think they should be doing it. And at one time, TNA did do that. At one time, you're like, wow, they're them. They're doing something awesome. All right, so sorry about the noise in the background. Bam, bam. All right, bam, we got some live comments. Let's give it. Mr. The King says, I give this a win. Alex the Sauce Boss, I thought it was a strong tie. Yeah, a lot of people thought that. I thought it was a win. Alex the Sauce Boss, just directly to you because you thought it was a strong tie. Did the overhype take away from the win? I just want to know, Alex the Sauce Boss. Appreciate it. Mr. The King, I'm shocked that TNA did not do as much backstage stuff. They did well. However, one of the bad things was the Dixie through the table thing. I really don't give a flying fuck about it anymore. I'm with you, Mr. The King. They teased it way too long. It's out on YouTube. This going through the table should have never been mentioned except for this week and then when they do it. I know, spoilers, it fucking ruins it, but still, it's way too long. Hello, Dave. Megamind reference. Oh, I love Megaminds. I don't know if I said Olo right, but yeah, I'm a big fan. Trey Beeman. It was a win. Perfect balance between storylines and wrestling for TNA tonight. Was so excited about the 6-sided ring. X Division was okay. TNA World Championship match was entertaining. That's Trey. Ewok from Endor. How could TNA get the female wrestling so right? I don't know. I thought the Divas match. We'll get to that. But that's a great question. I wonder how anyone can get the women's wrestling right. I was a little concerned about female wrestling's future, but I'll talk about that when we get to it. Andy Paps, I give Impact a win. X Division stole the show like back in the day. I agree. Yeah. Hardy Lashley had a good match. Shocked me. LOL. Team 3D ending Impact by putting EC3 through a table. Great. Six Sides is back. Yes. And my fellow New Yorkers were great. That's what Andy Paps said. Yeah, they do. They deserve to have Impact every week. I'm a guy that used to go to the Impact Zone. I used to live in St. Pete, Tampa, Orlando area. Yeah, they deserve it. They deserve it. They made it. Even the stuff that wasn't that good, you could get past because they were into it. You know, it's exciting. It really is. And I said this before. Like, growing up in New Jersey, I was a huge basketball fan. But then I moved to Florida. No one gave a shit about basketball. Now I'm in Japan. No one gave a shit about basketball. If you're surrounded by people that are passionate and care, it just seems more important to you. Mr. the King. When they removed the six-sided ring, the four-sided ring looked super small for some reason. I had to make sure I was watching TNA. All right. Thank you for the live comments. We will go back to live comments. Let's break it down. Kurt Angle, I thought the promos were a bit long in the beginning as a fan, but with that said, the fans being completely into it really does make it passable. Like, if this was the Impact Zone, people would be like, oh, man, should I go see if I could still get into Universal Studio? Oh, man, I have to cut my grass. I'm sorry, that gets me. I actually said that once. I was in an Impact Zone pay-per-view, and I looked to, I think it was James Legend. Don't quote me on that, but I went to a lot of Impact Zone. And I looked to him, and we were so fucking depressed about how bad this pay-per-view was. And I was like, I think I'd rather be cutting my grass because my grass was long. So, yeah, the Impact Zone, New York City, you deserve it. Kurt Angle cut a promo, Taz cut a promo. Then the show kicks off finally with Tommy Dreamer and Bully Ray cutting promos. A lot of promos, but the fans were into it, so I think that makes it passable in my eyes. But the only thing I don't like is TNA does this often. They'll reference WWE while being WWE. They'll be like, Tommy Dreamer, I believe it was Tommy Dreamer, he's like, you know what, we're not like the other show, PG, and like nothing rated R really happens. And they're like, and unlike the other show, I'm paraphrasing here, I want less promos and action. When you do shit like this, TNA, it's like wearing the same suit. It's like me and you, whoever's listening to me right now, wearing the same suit, and me going, you look fucking ridiculous. That's what that's like. So if you ever see another dude or woman and you're wearing the same exact shirt, just go to them and go, you look fucking ridiculous. That's how stupid those fucking segments are. We're going to start with 27 promos, then mention how the competitors start with 27 promos. Stop. Just stop. Be the number one TNA. The first match, Ethan Carter III, EC3 defeats Tommy Dreamer with a handful of tights. Not bad. You know, I enjoyed it, moved the story along. Decent opener, but once again, more props to New York City as they got it going. Now, the match that stole the show, in my opinion, they keep using the line, don't, oh man, hold on. Oh, I hate making fun of someone I love, but I have to do it. In TNA, they keep using the line, don't meet your heroes because you're going to be disappointed, or something along those lines. My line is, don't follow your heroes on Twitter because you're just going to be disappointed. Austin Aries, my vote, my body. Fuck, it's so embarrassing. Why didn't he just not send out that tweet? He wins in a six-sided ring. His body made it. Don't worry. If you voted for six sides, Austin Aries is okay. Unfucking believable. Austin Aries won. He defeated it. He defeated Eddie Edwards, Manic, Davey Richards, Zima Ion, sorry about that, Crazy Steve, and Sonata. Aries pinned Sonata with a brainbuster to retain the title. I am a huge Sonata supporter. I love Austin Aries. I love the X Division. I'm happy the X Division is back on top. I'm happy that the X Division stole the show. If you've been a fan of TNA for a long time, you know that's how the fucking company should be. I just don't think Austin Aries should go out fucking bitch about a ring, then cry and say it's the fucking fans and creative's fault, and then get everything he wants. It's just like, dude, you know what? Austin Aries, I love you. I'm just gonna pretend you never fucking tweeted that. Because I cannot fucking take you seriously. If we ever meet in person, I'm definitely like, my vote, my body. Unfucking believable. I'm gonna get my ass kicked by someone who fucking cried. I don't know. I'm just being, and then a lot of people are like, oh, respect pro wrestlers. Fuck you. I was in the Marine Corps. Can you imagine me going, oh, I'm a machine gunner. Respect my body, my vote. No. Shut the fuck up. Oh man, Austin Aries, and not only that, but now I'm obsessed. The fucking fucked up world about Twitter is once someone pisses you off, you're obsessed with like, oh, I wonder what they're gonna tweet next. It's like fucking bizarre world. But I follow him now, and he's like, you gotta be positive. You gotta be positive all the time. And listen, Austin Aries, and you positive fucking freak, you positive freaky fucking generation. Being positive is great. Just for you. Like, if you're positive all the time, that is great for you. If you are positive, it's great for you. But here's the thing. Being positive all the time fucking ruins the rest of the world. Here's an example. I think everything's going great. Yeah, no it's not. The world is fucking crumbling. You need cynical fucking assholes. You need eventually to fucking look yourself in the mirror and say, not why do I hate myself, but what the fuck can I do to fucking improve the world? It's so funny, the world is going down in fucking flames, and the newest generation is like, you know what? Let's just be positive. What can go wrong? Alright, keep being positive. But anyway, I got way off topic. Fuck you, Austin Aries, and your goddamn Twitters. One thing I did not also... It's the best match of the night. I don't want to take it away from that. It was an awesome match. Hopefully it goes. But one thing I don't like is the Option C. Option C was awesome the first time. Option C... I'm stealing my own Twitter now. Option C, to me, is like saying... You know, because they're like, oh, Option C helps out the X Division. Option C helping out the X Division is like saying... I love my wife so much that I'm going to trade her in for a new, better wife. It just doesn't fucking work, Option C. Now, Option C would work, and I've been begging for this since the second Option C, and I'll be begging for this for the next 97 Option C. You want Option C to help the X Division? Have Austin Aries or whoever has the title say, I'm not giving it up. There was one time when TNA was absolutely awesome. Jeff Jarrett was beating everyone, and the internet was going absolutely crazy. And AJ Styles and other talented wrestlers had the X Division, and TNA fans debated which one was better. I would love to fucking, you know, I feel like the Great Gatsby of TNA. You can't go back. Yes, we can. It would be great. I don't know the spoilers, but most likely they're not going to do this. All Austin Aries has to do is say, hey, you know what? Fuck that. I'm going to make the X Division the best title. I fucking made Option C to make the X Division the best, and now I'm going to fucking do it. But, gee, fuck, they're not going to tell a good story and rebuild the X Division. Anyway, best match of the night. If you love Cruiserweight action, you should definitely check it out. MVP comes out, and he basically says he's working on the protest tonight, and he calls the fans hypocrites for praising Kurt Angle, even though he's doing the same exact thing he's doing. I really have a little bit of problem with TNA's booking here. They're booking their heels with face storylines. MVP's hurt. He's got to do it. Dixie Carter is a victimless woman, and here comes Bully Ray. He's gonna fucking throw her through a table. I don't know. It's like they got everything backwards, which could be good in the long run, but it makes you scratch your head. Eric Young and Bobby Roode defeat MVP and Kenny King via disqualification. King and MVP beat down the babyfaces with a crutch after the match. It was great to see Team Canada again. I don't know if anyone else noticed that. Like, it was like, yeah, woo! Oh, Canada! So it was great to see that. But, I don't know, it just seemed like it was a waste of a match. Hopefully it goes somewhere. This is what I want to talk about. Ewok brought this up. And no DQ, no countouts. Madison Rayne defeated Brittany. Great finisher. Let me look at my Twitter here. Bam, 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 bam. At Deuce Trey _ 1906 says it was fucking a great finisher. And, you know, people were saying it was a great match, but the live audience kind of shit on it. I don't know if they edited it out, but no, it's TNA, they probably didn't. But according to a lot of live reports, which I could hear, but I couldn't hear it clearly, they were fucking really shitting on this match. And these two women put on a pretty decent match with an awesome finisher. And WWE, you know, granted, WWE will always be WWE and fuck up talented people and send them to the bottom and let fucking good-looking people. It's so funny. It doesn't matter what sex you are. If you're good-looking and can't wrestle, you're going straight to the top in WWE. But in WWE, at least they're trying with storylines. In TNA, they're trying with wrestling and storylines. It's like creative is really giving women a chance, but it doesn't seem the fans are. I enjoyed the storyline. I enjoyed the match. The finisher was impressive. But it's one of those things. I live in Japan, and I get to watch Shimmer. Shimmer's not in Japan, but Japanese women's pro wrestling is amazing. And Shimmer is pretty damn good. So I get to watch these two different versions of it. So when I watch TNA and WWE, I'm a little depressed. But in TNA's defense and WWE's defense, they're really trying to get the women over. They're giving them storylines, they're giving them matches, and it just doesn't seem like it's connecting. So I wonder if women's wrestling can ever succeed on it. Of course, you know, in a New York City crowd, you know who could save any women's division? That's right, boom, boom, put a fucking penny in the jar. Awesome Kong. I have no idea how Awesome Kong is in the indies right now. It blows my fucking mind. Maybe it's by her choice, but if you really want to have a decent women's division like WWE does, like TNA does, just throw a dump truck a load of money. You know, instead of paying Christy Hemme, pay her. I don't know the situation, but yeah, I really have to check it out. All right, and then the main event, TNA World Heavyweight Championship match. I really hate Jeff Hardy. I do. I hate Jeff Hardy. There, I said it. Fuck you, judge me. With that said, he really busted his ass. Like, a lot of times I'm like, why the fuck does anyone like Jeff Hardy? Fuck, Jeff Hardy sucks. And I hate him in WWE, TNA. I'm just not a big fan of the Hardys. But, with that said, I was like, he busted his ass. I was fairly fucking impressed. He helped Bobby Lashley get over as a heel. He really fucking put his body on the line. And you know what? You know, I might be a Jeff Hardy hater, but you gotta fucking call it like you sees it. Jeff Hardy really busted his ass on this. A lot of the live New York City crowd messaged to me that the match was so short. But with commercials and stuff, it didn't seem short on television. So, but yeah, Bobby Lashley defeated Jeff Hardy, and I thought it helped Bobby, because before Bobby Lashley was like, oh, that's cute, MMA, wrestling, WWE, ECW, that's cute, he's got the title. But now it's like, oh no, we fucking hate this guy, and that helps Bobby Lashley out a lot. So I enjoyed it, and you know, even if you're a hater, you can fucking admit when someone does a great job. So, hey, I tip my hat to you, Jeff Hardy. Great job tonight. In fact, this is one of the most impressive matches I've seen of Jeff Hardy, because not only did he put his body on the line, not only did he do it, but he helped someone booking-wise, getting them over-wise, and hid their weaknesses. as a guy who used to run shows, book shows, promote shows, and all that fun stuff, that is awesome. If you can hide someone's weakness, if you can get them over and put your body on the line and impress, yeah. So you know what? I'm a Jeff Hardy hater, but I'm gonna have to give him mad props. And it was a pretty decent 10-minute match. I know the live people that went there live that I got to talk to really dumped on this match, but I didn't. And then of course they did the holy fucking shit, is this gonna fucking end storyline. I hope the fans in New York City, when she goes through that fucking table, pop huge. Because, oh my god, this is like Aces and Eights Part 7. Just fucking stop, Dixie, stop. This should have been a 2-week storyline. You shouldn't have mentioned anything prior to that. But, I don't know. I just, something that probably I would have cared about, you dragged out so long that I don't care. You know, it's like that high school sweetheart. All right, I'm older. I don't know if anyone knows that yet, but it's like having a high school sweetheart, and you're like, man, I'll do at 17, 18, you're like, I'll do anything for her. Everything I do for you. And then she's like, go fuck yourself, you're a fucking nerd. And then you travel the world, you get some world experience, you sleep with women from different continents, way beautiful than her, you make lots of money, you have a great career, and she gets divorced, and she's fucking 40, and she doesn't look as good, and she comes up to you and be like, I think we should have sex, or I think it could work out. You're like, fuck you, it's too late, Dixie Carter, it's too late. We could have done this in high school, but no, it's too late. You're not even that goddamn good looking. So, that's what it's like. That's what it's like. All right, let's see what we got. Bam, bam. All right, on Twitter, people are just putting it over and think it should be in New York all the time. I agree. Let's see, anything on the Facebooks. Boom. Bam. Just going through it to you. All right. Bam. All right, and nothing like, hey, I know you're doing a show, but hey, have you seen the? All right, I'll answer it. Have you seen the epic rap battle? I love that this is the first question we go to. Like, we're going to comments. First question: have you seen the epic rap battle between the Ninja Turtles and the Artist, of Leonardo versus Leonardo and all that? I'm like, yes, I have. Did you enjoy it? I enjoyed it. I like epic rap battle. I'm glad we're hosting a wrestling show. All right, let's go to YouTube where the smartest people hang out. Mr. the King. I noticed the cameraman was taping that girl in the corner's ass. It was nice, in my honest opinion. The whole match was. Yeah, cameramen can be a little bit perverts at some time. Speaking of fans, did you see that one guy? He was like, I don't know, he was like so into it, or it was kind of weird. Watch the, I think it was Taz. Watch the Taz promo with the guy behind him. I don't know. I found that to be interesting. Ewok from Endor. What I was watching, what I saw was the last 2 matches, but it was a win for me. All right, thanks, Ewok. LB Clash of Champions. Tonight's TNA tonight was awesome. Tonight I felt like I was watching old classic TNA from 2007, 2009. High five. I rated 4.5 out of 5 stars. 6-sided ring will help boost their ratings for sure. Tonight's plus great show. I hope it boosts its ratings. I know TNA makes a big deal about that, but hopefully it does. There was a lot of hype to it. They went to New York, the media capital of the world, so hopefully. Alex the Sauce Box. Keep 6 sides. LOL. It was better with it, and it could be better. Fans who liked 6 sides like I did. All right. Mike Ashman. Pro Wrestling made an impact again in TNA. This New York City was electrifying. Fuck WWE. Hashtag fuck WWE. All right. Javar. I always mess up your name. I really apologize. Javier. That sounds like it would be it. I'm going to go Javier. Oh, man, I hope I'm right. Alamos says, great show. I give it a win for the effort. Best match for me, X Division, it was the best. I was amazed with Jeff Hardy swanton onto the steel steps. It was sick. Yeah, that was amazing. Jeff Hardy, really. Man, I almost feel bad for being a hater. I might have to fucking take him off my fave 5 guys I fucking hate. And Sheamus too. A lot of people I hate are fucking impressing me lately. Maybe I'm getting soft in my old age. Dave, are you looking forward to Wrestle One invading TNA? A little bit. Yeah, I am a little bit. I'm looking forward to Great Muta. I love the Great Muta. He's my favorite all-time wrestler ever. But Wrestle One is not that high on the Japanese wrestling company list. If it was New Japan, Dragon Gate, yeah, I would shit my pants a little more. But Wrestle One, I'm like, Great Muta, Sonata, and other guys. So yeah, no, it's not that bad. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Plus, I like to see Japanese wrestlers get a shot and, you know, be shown more. Clash of Champions, Clash of Kings, LB Clash of Kings. So I hear between tonight and Impact through the next 2 to 3 weeks will determine the renewal of TNA Spike TV deal. Plus, it shows keeps going. This good. TNA will definitely bring in more fans to watch it regularly on. Yeah, I absolutely agree with everything you said. I just think we need to pump the overhype. I don't know how to describe it to you, but overhyping is really killing it. I mean, how often does Dixie Carter say we have an announcement that's going to change the world? How often do TNA people, TNA superfans, when it's a bad show, still says it's good? The problem with TNA fans saying, "Oh, it's great," even when it's a bad show, is that someone who's willing to give the product a chance and like, well, that wasn't a good show, and you're like, it was great. They just assume every time you say it's great, it's that show. You have to be more honest. Trey Freeman says, I agree, LOL. Andy Paps, one thing to look forward to in your reviews. Dave, your rants are awesome. LOL. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the kind words. Mr. the King, I really love the over-the-top than last two are an actual match. I think it's a great match type. I like Austin and Sonata. I do. I'm going to lie to you. I vote my body. I kind of can't take them fucking seriously anymore. I just fucking can't. Oh, you fighting on the front line, Austin Aries? Oh, it must be dangerous, like being a machine gunner. I mean, what? I always wonder, like, why gunner? Like, I put a lot of I'm a former Marine. He's a former Marine. 03, 31, machine gunner. So, like, I'm like, Gunner, you're supposed to be fucking representing us. How the fuck does Gunner not go to him? Be like, really? Your body, your vote? Go on, please tell me. Tell me. Oh, it must have been dangerous. Wow. I don't know. Besides, Austin Aries really fucking busted my bubble about that shit. I really like it. But the storyline's not that much. And the option C thing, the option C thing we talked about is pretty bad. At douchetray _1906 on Twitter is me, by the way, DK. No problem. Yeah, listen, if you have Twitter, because I made a mistake at Twitter. And I had this machine that said, if you follow me, I'll follow you. And it was great, but then the machine broke. And the problem with the machine is, as an app, is that it was cool that, it's like, oh, you follow me, I'll follow you. Cool, you know, that was kind of like a cool thing to do with Twitter early on, but now it's considered spammy and you're the devil. So nowadays, I want to add Internet Infantry members and have conversations with them, but I'm way too lazy to delete people off my list. So, if you could put down your Twitter accounts or tweet at Kocosports, I'll put you on a special list called Internet Infantry, and then I'll be able to follow you and have conversations more and use Twitter the way Twitter wants you to use it. Twitter, Facebook, and Nintendo are starting to piss me off. It's like, no, don't use it the way you want to use it. Use it the way we want you to use it. All right, fine. So I'm making a list. I'm checking it twice. No, but if you could put it either down in the comments or, better yet, put at Kocosports, be like, oh, my friends, follow him. He's so sexy. No, just say at Kocosports, hey, it's me from the Internet Infantry, and I'll add you to a list so I can have a conversation with you more. All right, Ewok from Endor. He looked like he broke his spine 2 or 3 times during a match. I know. You know what? I feel guilty for hating Jeff Hardy as much as I do. I'm feeling guilty because, you know, he does suck a lot fucking worse than people give him credit for. But just, man, I understand why people like Jeff Hardy for matches like tonight. But he doesn't give matches like that every night. And I don't think he could. You know, so What happened with Gunner pursuit of the TNA World Championship? I'd love to see Lashley versus Gunner match. I'd love to see Lashley versus Gunner too. And this is from Mr. Olmos. Olmos. Oh, man, I suck at pronouncing people's names. Mine is 10 for me. What happened with the Gunner pursuit of the TNA World Heavyweight Championship? I don't know. They seem to be getting rid of storylines and resetting. I used to hate Gunner just because his storyline was stupid, and Gunner used to always say stupid shit like, if you don't like it, if you just want to be me. And that's just not the case. Like, I hate Jeff Hardy, and if a fucking Magic Genie came up, they'd be like, do you want to be Jeff Hardy? I'd say no. I hate fucking when celebrities or anyone says, oh, you just want to beat me. I just, like, how fucking conceited of an asshole can you be? But I hated Gunner's push. I hated everything. But then I found out me and Gunner did the same exact job. And the military shoots you when you get a Marine Corps tattoo. They shoot you with Semper Fi juice. And I was like, all right, I'm going to root for the guy, and hopefully he does best. And he's really improved a lot. Not as improved as much as Magnus, but I don't know. Magnus kind of disappeared. But, yeah, I think they're just resetting all storylines, which is a good way to do it. So hopefully the ratings go up and Spike TV gives them their contract and they just keep improving. Mr. the King, yeah, I noticed the white guy with the beard as his right side was pretty happy. Yeah, I don't know if he was happy or freaking the fuck out or trolling people, but, like, Taz was, like, fucking cutting this promo, and this white guy's like, no, no, no. I was like, what the fuck is going on with that guy? Clash of Kings. I hear Tajiri will be appearing upcoming TNA tape in New York City with Wrestle One stars along with Great Muta. Yeah, Tajiri has been working with Wrestle One a lot lately. Tajiri is, he's pretty famous outside of wrestling in Japan. So it's great to see him come back to pro wrestling. And I know he's been on a lot of Wrestle One shows or advertised for a lot of Wrestle One shows. And Tajiri coming back would be great, especially in New York City with Muta. And I don't know, I think Tajiri and Great Muta, Muta is way past his prime, but still can go. But he's 987 years old, and he moves great for that age. And Tajiri's older, but they're so huge celebrities. And if I was Wrestle One and TNA, I would make them a tag team. I just would make them a tag team. It's just two celebrities that can cover each other's weaknesses. And I'll add with them, Great Muta and Tajiri versus the Wolves in New York City or Tokyo. Just take my money, please. Who are your current worst 5 wrestlers? In ring-wise or just who I hate? I'm going to go with who I hate, because in ring-wise, everyone can have different opinions, and, we don't have to put Great Khali on the spot. Worst 5 wrestlers. I'm going to go with who I hate. John Cena, Randy Orton, Batista, but Batista, I love Batista when he's not wrestling, but I hate Batista as soon as he steps in that fucking ring. Bad Luck Fail, and Jeff Hardy and Sheamus might be getting off the list. I don't know. Definitely the 3 big WWE guys. Jeff Hardy. I'm gonna still give it to Jeff Hardy, and Sheamus is a close there. Maybe Del Rio, but I don't know. Top 5 guys I hate, man. That always changes. But the top 3 are pretty fucking locked in. Me personally, and I know there's WWE fans will think, I think John Cena, Dave Batista, and Randy Orton is the worst time in pro wrestling history as a fan for me, and when they were on top. And I think, to me, it's just they killed something I loved. I absolutely hate John Cena, Dave Batista, and Randy Orton. I don't like Jeff Hardy, but I don't know if he's still in my Fave 5. I'm just gonna give it to still Jeff Hardy. Sheamus maybe. I don't know. Bad Luck Fail is broken out into it. I'm Angel _DUCATTI on Twitter. All right. Well, I'll add you later so we can have conversations. You talked to me like one time a few weeks ago. Whoa, Alex Douglas. I'll try to talk more. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tweet right now. Hold on, Alec Douglas. Go into Twitter. I don't know if anyone's going to understand this but us because we're retarded. Alec Douglas. All right. Anyone on Twitter is going to be like, what the fuck is that? There you go, Malik Douglas. Speaking of Twitter, on Kocosports, and Kocosports.com is reporting, Sting, I have one more match left of me, and I want The Undertaker. Oh, that would make a lot of fans happy. Not me, but maybe a lot of fans. Bam, bam, bam. So there you go. There you go, Malik Douglas. I love you, Malik Douglas. There. I enjoy your tweets, sir. Yeah, at Coco Sports, at KOCO Sports. And if you guys use any other social media, I'm trying to like start using social media a lot better. So, and if you're part of the internet infantry and you're like, I use Tumblr, I don't understand Tumblr, I'm too old. But if there's anything you use, tell me, and then I'll start using it, and hopefully we can build a community to take over the world. We're going at the internet infantry is going to take over for Nerd Fightarian. All right. Anyway, thank you for all the live comments. I'll give you a couple seconds. Bam. Bam. I will be doing an NXT review in the comments below. Please put win, loss, or tie what you thought of Impact tonight. I thought it was a win. I hope they just keep it going. I hope the rate. I just hope if this is TNA and this is the reset button, this is where they go. I can support this without feeling fucking stupid, and I can root for it. Like, there's times where I'm like, during Hogan, Bischoff, and all that, I actually fucking wanted them to fail. Not fail because, oh, I want them to go out of business. Fail so that they would fucking be humble and fucking do it. But it didn't matter. You remember when Hogan promised, like, a 2.0, a 3.0? I think he said something. I'm going to misquote him here, but he said something along the lines, oh, in a couple months or a year or something, a time frame, if we're not getting a 3.0 or if we're still getting a 1.0, I'll quit. And that time passed, and they still got a 1.0, and he didn't fucking quit. Maybe Hulk Hogan's got to be on the list. Yeah, Jeff Hardy, get the fuck off the list. Hogan, you're on. You're in the list. I never liked Hulk Hogan. Everyone's like, you. When I was a kid, I was a Hulkamaniac. Blah, 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 blah. No, you weren't. You weren't a fucking Hulkamaniac. Trey Beeman. We'll save this. Trey Beeman says he's going to get the last comment. No, there's a comment here. Boop, 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 boop. Fuck, where was it? Oh, here it is. I'm just going to paraphrase because I lost the comment. But here's a comment from Google Plus chat, and it says he's disappointed in wrestling, and I want to see what you say. So maybe this will be the question, but this is his comment. TNA is all wrestling for no purpose, and WWE is all storylines and dancing with no purpose. When is pro wrestling in America going to have a purpose? And, you know, TNA did hit the reset button, in my opinion, and they've had a couple good shows. Is that statement pretty accurate? Hopefully they have a purpose. And Trey Beeman, for you, he says, gotta get the last comment, LOL. Alright, so A, I'm gonna do an NXT review after I watch NXT. Malik Douglas just tweeted, oh my god. Go follow at Malik Douglas now on Twitter. I'm sorry. I am special. All right, go to Kocosports.com. Jerry, David, Cooey, Pablo have been working so hard to make it great. I'm hoping one day that this YouTube channel and that site, this blog, will work together and be your #1 spot for news and wrestle reviews and all that. I know we're not the best yet. I'm doing the opposite of TNA. I'm not over it, but I know we're not the best yet, but we're improving so much. And we have so many big projects in the work and so many video ideas. So I just hope we keep improving and you guys like, comment, subscribe, and all that. But if you could, go to Kocosports.com, Kocosports.net. It takes you to the same place. And, you know, leave a couple comments here and there. And let's try to build a community there. Those guys are busting their asses. So hopefully, you know, we can build a great community in the blog. And also, if you got an extra $24.99 and you like fat asses screaming, you're like, you know what? I have $24.99. And I like to support fat guys yelling into webcams on YouTube. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy the sickest Internet Infantry shirt. You can buy an Internet Infantry t-shirt at Kocosports.net. So please check it out. We did a long Q&A yesterday that not many people watched, and we did a main event not many people watched. So hopefully you guys go back and check it out. We are trying to do a video a day, if not more, and we have so many videos scheduled, it's crazy. So hopefully we just keep growing. Internet inventory, live viewers, thank you so much for helping with the show. And last chance to see live comments. All right, we got 2 more live comments. Bam. Mr. Olmo says, is there a light at the end of the tunnel of the Dixie Carter being put through the table? Is this going to end soon? I think no one cares about it. I agree 100%, and I don't want to give a spoiler, but it's pretty. That's right, Beeman. Fuck that. I'm getting the last comment. LOL. If you check spoilers, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, but yeah, no one really cares. They went way too long with the table story. All right, go to Kocosports.com, KOCOsports.com, and with that, I am over. Ba, 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 ba.